Hello again and welcome to Ndudu by Fafa. Oh, hello everyone, my name is Fafa Gilbert and welcome to my Creative African cooking channel, Ndudu by Fafa. Now, Ndudu means food in the Ewe language from Ghana. Today on the menu, the recipe is actually inspired by my mom and it's actually garden egg stew. Just my favorite. And so yes, this is a must-try recipe and a recipe from Mama Aquelo. Thank you for this recipe. Love you. So to start this flavor-packed stew, of course you will need your garden eggs. Garden eggs are similar to aubergines, but these are the pearl ones and these are the ones that I'll be using. So to start off, I'm actually just going to take the heads off because we don't need that for the stew. And I'm actually going to divide this in two because I'm actually going to be boiling this. So repeat the process till you've used up all your garden eggs. Now they're readily available in most African shops as well as Asian shops. Once you've taken the heads off your garden eggs, place a saucepan with some water on a medium heat and add your garden eggs, and we're going to bring this to the boil. This should take about 8 to 10 minutes. Best way to actually find out if your garden eggs are ready is when you actually take the lid off, you'd notice that it's actually darker, so you can actually see that it's gone from that almost whitish color to a darker color now. So this is ready. So I'm actually going to strain this and leave it to cool down, and now I'm going to proceed with the sauce. So add your preferred oil to your saucepan on a medium heat and then add your sliced onions, and I'm going to fry this gently for about 2 minutes. Now to that, I'm actually going to be adding my habanero chili because the habanero chili has this beautiful aromatic flavor that infuses itself into the onions as well as the oil, so that's just beautiful. At this point, my garden eggs are actually cold enough for me to actually touch. So I'm taking the skins off and I'm also taking the seeds out. And no, do not discard the seeds and the skins away. No, we are going to be keeping that, and I'll be using that for some stock that I can actually use for my risotto, for soup, for anything else. Now the water that I use in boiling the garden eggs, I've also reserved that. So that is another recipe to come up. So repeat this process until you've actually taken the seeds and the skins off the garden eggs and reserve it. And at this point, your oil and your onions as well as your habanero chili would have just fried perfectly. Now at this stage, I'm actually going to be adding my holy grail, which is my blended ginger, garlic, aniseed and onion. So I've added about a tablespoonful because I don't want it to overpower the dish, I just want it to enhance the flavors. And to that, I'm actually going to be adding my tomato paste or tomato puree, may I say. And I'm going to fry this gently for about 3 to 4 minutes to take that sharpness away from the tomato puree and to intensify the sweetness as well. So as you can see, this is actually just working perfectly. And this is actually fried for about 4 minutes. So now I'm actually going to be adding my chicken stock cube. You can use your shrimp stock cube if you wish, or you can mix it all together and actually use your shrimp powder, but I've actually run out of it. So fry your mixture for about 2 minutes and then add your blended tomatoes. Now I'm actually going to fry this for about 8 to 10 minutes to intensify the flavors. Now I've actually omitted salt from this recipe. Reason is because I did use a stock cube, but you can actually add your salt as well to taste. So if you actually do require more salt, you can. And I've actually just cooked this for about 10 minutes now, and it's actually now ready for me to add my shenanigans. So at this point, I'm actually going to be adding my tin fish, and I'm actually using the wild red salmon for this recipe. Now, when I was younger, Mum used to actually use the geisha, which actually had a tomato-based mackerel thing, and it was just so good. But yes, we also used to use the wild pink salmon as well. So this is paying homage to Mama and her recipe, and I love this. And you know, one thing is she always used to say, oh, be very careful. You need that fish in those chunks. You don't want it mushy. So she always used to insist, like, you know, you actually make love to the stew and turn it just gently to ensure that the fish doesn't actually break. So I've actually cooked this fish in the sauce for about 4 minutes to allow the flavors to infuse again. And at this point, I'm actually going to be adding my pity bell chilies, or bakwoshito, may I say. Now, when I do cook, I actually try to prevent from adding too much chili to the sauce, and I actually add the chilies whole to allow people to break it in if they actually require that extra heat. but this is just the best way to allow anybody that, is averse to heat, can still enjoy the dish. At this point, I'm actually using my ladle to actually break the flesh of the garden eggs into this beautiful textured consistency. And I'm going to add this to my stew, and I'm going to carefully mix everything together till it's well combined. Because as Mama used to always say, make sure the fish is whole. So of course, I'm actually respecting her recipe. Now at this point, you can actually add some freshly sliced onions and, do some shenanigans and add some parsley, because this works perfectly as well with some parsley being sprinkled on top. So cook this for a further 3 to 4 minutes to allow the garden egg sauce to absorb the flavors of the sauce, and mix everything together till it's well combined. At this point, if you actually want to enjoy this with some boiled yam, this is the time that you actually place that saucepan on a medium heat, slice some yam, you can have with some plantain, cook some rice, and enjoy. And as for me, dear, I enjoyed this dish actually with some boiled cocoyam, bikra, nenyago. I just sat down and I ate this to my heart's content. It was so good because, the cocoyam was like earthy, and it just worked perfectly with this garden egg stew. Neda papa, Now, you will find the transcripts of this recipe, including the list of ingredients and measurements, on my blog ndudu.fafa.blogspot.com, so do check it out. I'll leave a link at the top. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as Ndudu, so do pass by and say hi. Until next time, take care of you, be nice, be beautiful, and guess what? I love you. Thank you for watching.